Hello, my name is Alina Ardelanu. I am founding member of Financial Intelligence. I am glad to organize today an event regarding the SUEZ Canal incident. We have a lot of speakers today with us that will discuss the implications of this event on geopolitics. The host of the event will be Mr. Liviu Muresan, President of Eurisc, and he will conduct the discussions. Mr. Muresan, the virtual floor is yours. Please, I wish you a lot of success and have a great debate. You can open the microphone.
Thank you so much, first of all, inviting us. You as Financial Intelligence, well known for a lot of successful events in the very last period I had the privilege to be part of. And also congratulations for your excellent connections, not only in Romania, but also outside. And accepting the topic of our discussion, the SUEZ Canal incident. I want to thank so much our colleagues, friends, and personalities accepting such a short notice to be part of our event. I have to start with presentation which was made with the pictures presented already for you. First, it's Major General Carlos Branco, Senior Senior International Analyst with National Defense Institute in Portugal, for many years in a NATO representative and different command position in Portugal, and now very well connected to different international events. I discovered that you already had a presentation not time ago in Valdai Club, so you have given them some indication how to proceed with the sensitive topics on climate change and defense and so on. So thank you so much for cooperating in the international projects, not only Romania but also in this part of Europe. I want to go to Flavius CABA Maria. You know our colleague from our previous events. He's a president of MEPEI Institute. It's the most important and institute dealing with Middle East, not only Romania but in the region. Flavius is currently invited to international events abroad, presenting the importance of MENA, Middle East, and maybe you can tell us also about your also projects in this field. Nothing it's possible to be discussed without Middle East. So thank you, Flavius, accepting to come and all the effort you made to be with us in this moment. Then, according to the presentation, Dr. Alexandru GEORGESCU, Critical Infrastructure International Expert, ICI, Romania. Thank you so much, Alex, being with us. You are very well connected to all these working groups in not only Romania, but also in Europe, European Space Agency, European Defense Agency, and so on. And thank you accepting to contribute to our discussion. Then it's Professor Adrian Gheorghe, Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, very well known, not only in the States, in Romania, but also internationally, with a lot of international activities in dozens of countries, universities, studies, and so on. And thank you so much accepting to be an early bird with us due to the time difference. Okay, then I have here on my list Major General Corneliu PIVARIU. He is well known not only in Romania but also abroad as international analyst, publishing currently in prestigious publications. His tremendous experience in the field of intelligence. He was head of military intelligence in Romania, and excellent connections with colleagues from Western Europe. It's a real pleasure and honor having you with us, General PIVARIU. Thank you. Also, you had a chance to be for many, many years publisher of prestigious publication on geopolitics. Thank you. Then we have Professor Gabriel RAICU, Vice Rector from Maritime University, Constanta, and also part of international projects. And as you know, as we discovered that he is also working with in certain projects, not only with our colleague Dr. GEORGESCU, but Professor Adrian Gheorghe with NATO projects and so on. So thank you so much accepting to be with us. And Dr. Ralph THIELE, President of EURODEFENSE Germany, and also making very important research in the civil and military field, and very active contribution for European defense and European Defense Network we are part of. Thank you so much accepting to be with us. So we can start. I want to invite you to stick to the 7 minutes, because we are trying to control not only the time, but also to give the chance to answer to some questions we are receiving on chat. So why we have chosen the subject? Because suddenly this black swan or gray rhino, we had this Suez Canal incident, and 90% of the international media and debates were much more connected with technical details. How many tons, the crew, 25 people from India, 220,000 containers, and so on. The problem, it's much more complex. It's not only an incident, but it's maybe an opening of a new chapter of the complexity and vulnerability of all this maritime construction, but also the need to look to the transportation and to the economic development as a system of systems. And maybe Professor Gheorghe will tell us something about the research and the developments in the state and on international level in this respect. And we are here also to discover that globalization is something we need. So it's not too much in accordance with the philosophy of the previous American president, but we discovered that supply chain is important, interconnectivity is important, and it's the way ahead. And we have already good signals also from the new administration in Washington and from Brussels that it's a desire of cooperation, and we have to look a little bit larger, the broad picture. So, and now I invite you to accept to start with the first speaker, Professor Adrian Gheorghe. You have the chance to be icebreaker, and you know how important the icebreakers are now, where is the opening of Arctic way from Shanghai to Rotterdam. So let's be the icebreaker of our discussion. You have the floor, Professor Gheorghe. Micro.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muresan. It's very interesting. And icebreakers today, they are mainly for special conditions. They have to be nuclear. I have some experience in the nuclear field. I work with the International Atomic Energy Agency, so I will try to be fueled by nuclear propulsion. So indeed, this issue of SUEZ Canal, the geopolitics, it's in the last week or so became extremely relevant in the international press, and with a lot of economic consequences and many numbers that have been given, and you just mentioned a few of them. But that is an interesting possibility right now to bring back into the picture, into the focus, issues like critical infrastructure, key assets, and key resources you just mentioned before. And now that things, it's going from national levels, or maybe in case of European Union, but a set of countries. So then we will discuss a little bit about, global critical infrastructure, because this case it's under the classification of global critical infrastructure. So when you speak about that, issues and concepts like risk, vulnerability, resilience, fragility, perception, and governance, so they all stay around. So I think that maybe in the intervention of our colleagues, so maybe they can touch this. But this multidimensional approach, which comes on the top of that with geopolitics, it's of serious interest and reconsideration.